All right, so y'all, one of our classmates asked a question about this particular problem, and it says, can we solve 5x squared plus 13x minus 6 by factoring? Okay, so y'all, I am going to go ahead and do this one by factoring because they suggested we do it by factoring, so let's do this. Remember, y'all, when we're going to use factoring, in the first spots right here, we're looking for two items that are going to multiply to 5x squared. So why don't we go 5x and x, because we know that when we distribute, 5x times x will give us that 5x squared. Now, we're also looking for numbers that are going to multiply to a negative 6, right? So in a negative 6, y'all, I can use 1 and 6, and I could use 2 and 3. And I know one of them is going to have to be negative, and we'll figure that out as we go along. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and try to use, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and try to use 2 and 3. So I'm trying to get to a 13, okay? So y'all, if I'm thinking about multiplying a 5, if I multiply a 5 times 2, that would give me a 10. If I do 3 times 1, that would give me a 3, and that would give me a 13. That's one option. Another thing I could do is I could say if I do 5 times 3, that gives me a 15, and 15, and I do minus 2, that would also give me a 13, right? So I got some choices here. I'm going to try putting the 3 here and the 2 here. So look, y'all, if I go 5 times 3x, that is a 15x, right? If I go 2 times x, that's a 2x. Now, I know that if I were to subtract those, that would give me a 13x, which is exactly what we want, okay? So in order for me to subtract those, that has to be a plus 3 and that has to be a minus 2, right? And that's what I want to use because I need to get to a negative 6, all right? So we did we remember, y'all, this is called trial and error. So I'm writing my numbers in, and then this is the part where I got it checked to make sure it's actually going to work out. Okay, now that we got to that step and we verified that's going to work, I'm going to set each part equal to 0. So 5x plus 2 is 0, and x plus 3 is 0. Remember, y'all, if I move that 3 over, all it does is it changes the sign. So my first answer is negative 3. If I move that 2 over, change the sign becomes positive. Now divide everything by 5, then we get x equals 2 over 5, okay? Sorry, I know that's a little messy. Let's fix that a little bit. Boom, 2 over 5. Okay, so now y'all, final thing I'm gonna do, over here I'm gonna enter in my two answers, negative 3 and 2 over 5, and we're done, okay? Y'all got any questions? Let me know.